Wait. Is that sugar? Granulated, refined, pure cane, sugar. Right. Of course it is. It's Halloween, isn't it? The one night a year where every slightly too curious, slightly too bored mortal decides a trip to the nearest occult shop, or clearly the baking aisle, counts as dipping their toes into the forbidden. And let me guess, you're the brave, intrepid summoner, I presume. No. First, let me just observe. A mistress has to know what she's working with. Well, you certainly look the part. If we mean the part, is person who probably got dared to do this by a friend that they now deeply regret texting. You have the air of someone who didn't believe this would work. The more you know. Is that face paint and an arrow through the skull headband covered in sparkles? Well, you're my type of human. It is Halloween. I like it. Even though I'm more accustomed to actual ritual attire. You know, robes, sacrificial daggers, less paint and glitter. So, here we have it. The great summoning circle of sugar. You know, historically, salt was used for its purifying properties, its protective qualities. Sugar, well, darling, sugar mostly attracts ants and possibly cavities. But I suppose if your goal was to summon a particularly sweet-toothed demon, you certainly nailed the bait. Though you really must tell me, darling, was the salt shaker simply too far out of reach? Or did you just think, you know what? This ancient, powerful harbinger of eternal suffering probably prefers a bit of a sweet treat after a long day of, well, suffering. And what exactly did you bring me, darling? What is your offering? My, is that a half-eaten bag of gummy bears? You couldn't even commit to a full offering. You munched on them halfway through the incantation. Did you get peckish? You know, the classics are classic for a reason, and usually involve, well, a beating heart, or a firstborn son, or, at the very least, a whole bag of candy. Not this sad, depleted remnant of a sugar rush. Darling, I'm simply insulted. Are these supposed to be the souls of innocent fruit? Is that what you're implying? Because I'm afraid that doesn't make this any better. Well, let's see. We have cherry, lime, lemon, oh, and a singular orange one, only a little chewed on. Fascinating. Truly, the depths of human depravity knows no bounds. Offering a demon their leftovers. What's next? Will you try to pay me in expired coupons? Right. So, here we have it. Sugar Circle, half-eaten gummy bears, and a decidedly undemonic aura about you. Let's cut to the chase, darling, shall we? You've clearly expended about 6 calories on this endeavor. So, tell me, what grand, earth-shattering wish compelled you to drag me from my very important contractual obligations? Well, don't get shy now, darling. What's the deal? World domination, immeasurable wealth, the undying affection of that barista from the coffee shop down the street with the questionable morals. They think about you naked. Well, go on. Out with it. Hellhound got your tongue, Or are you merely flustered by my undeniable presence? Happens all the time. Humans are so easily overwhelmed. Especially the ones who use sugar instead of salt. Oh, darling, you're stammering. Did you even practice your summoning speech? Or did you just wing it, hoping the sheer audacity of your unpreparedness would somehow impress me? Because, darling, I'll have to disappoint you. It's not impressing me. It's mostly just making me miss my shift I had a really important date tonight with a fiend from the fourth circle. And then a really compelling soul auction for real estate in Gehenna. Going for a steal. But no, I had to be pulled away for this. So, let's make this all worth my time, darling. Let's talk logistics. A soul contract. You understand the implications, I trust. It's not like signing up for a streaming service. There's no free trial, no cancel anytime option. It's a rather permanent arrangement with me. And for what? What could possibly warrant such a monumental sacrifice? What you want? You summoned me here for your calculus exam. You summoned me, a being of unimaginable pleasure, older than the stars themselves, a creature whose very name strikes longing into the hearts of mortals for calculus. This is lower than that time someone summoned me to find their lost car keys. And those keys were in their pocket the whole time. Honestly, the quality of summoners these days has truly plummeted. Back in my day, people wanted to usurp thrones with seduction, conquer nations through treachery, or at least curse their enemies with boils in unmentionable places. Now it's just academic success and better Wi-Fi. A demon can hardly get a decent deal anymore. Everyone wants the power, but no one wants the consequence. The market is just flooded with low effort requests. It's so disappointing. Oh. And let me tell you, darling, my calendar is booked. I don't have time for petty incantations. I have a backlog of lustful spirits, unfulfilled prophecies, and a rather pressing engagement to oversee the eternal torment of a particularly annoying Puritan from the 17th century. Darling, your calculus grade, wow, it's not even on the priority list. I'm afraid my demonic skill set just doesn't extend to differential equations. That's really more of a low-tier imp's job. They're usually pretty good with numbers. I think it's because of their big, big brains. Still, you tried. You did successfully summon me somehow, despite the sugar. I suppose I could, theoretically, grant you a minor boon. A teeny tiny, insignificant flicker of demonic influence, but only because you managed to be so spectacularly inept that it's almost charming. Or was it pathetic? I haven't decided yet. Let's see. For such charming, yet misguided choices, I could bestow upon you the gift of slightly less painful paper cuts for the next month. But where's the fun in that? Or perhaps every time you open a door, it will creak in a manner so dramatic, it will make you feel like you're the star of your very own gothic romance. Tantalizing, but not quite satisfying. Or maybe every time you walk past a mirror, your reflection will gaze at you a little too long, and then turn to give you a subtle, teasing wink. Unsettling, yes. Harmless, well, mostly. See, not everything is about eternal damnation. Sometimes it's about mild inconvenience and subtle shifts in reality. And you know what? Since you clearly put in so little effort, I've decided I'm actually feeling particularly unimpressed. So, the decision is no. No calculus boost. No eternal love. Not even a winning lottery ticket. For your bold and utterly misguided attempt, I shall grant you this. For the rest of Halloween night, every piece of candy you eat will have a fleeting, almost imperceptible aftertaste of lustful despair. Just a hint. like a phantom, slightly bitter note of existential dread upon your tongue. It's my little gift. Don't say I never gave you anything. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must get back to my schedule. I'm really rather late for my date. And the next time you decide to summon an ancient entity, I suggest a little less DIY and a little more preparation. A proper grimoire would be a lovely touch. And trust me, a pinch of salt would do wonders. It really does make all the difference. Mwah. Ta-ta, darling. Don't be a stranger.